Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I just wanted to pop on and give kind of like, I guess, a first quarter flip through of my Hobonichi weeks. This is a 2025 Yumi Kirigishi wallpaper weeks that I am using this year as my gratitude joy journal. That's what I've been calling it. It's like part gratitude, like daily gratitude journal, but also I've been adding things and like memory keeping things in here that brought me some sort of joy every week. And so it's kind of like a hybrid gratitude memory keep. Anyway, it's been very low effort, I guess I would say, low effort. And out of all the journals that I shared at the beginning of the year, I think I did a journal, like what I'm using this year video. This is the only one that's current. This is the only journal besides like my planner that I've been keeping up with, and that is current, meaning I'm not behind in it. Everything is filled out up to the date that I'm filming this. And yeah, it's the only one that I've been managing to work in every week. And I think it's because I have to like come in here and jot down a little something every day. And then usually I do this page last, which is sort of like usually when I have things to journal on this side, it's like what has brought me joy that week. Or sometimes I don't really have much of anything, and so I'll just put a quote that I came across that week that I really liked. Yeah. But I just wanted to do a little flip through of it, of what I have filled out so far, which is January through March in here. And at the beginning, is still covered with paper. I was supposed to document like my intentions for the year and like my one little word. I still don't have a word, and we're already April. It's already April. I think it's the 2nd as I'm filming this, and I don't have a word, and I don't have a theme for the year, and I really don't have a whole lot of intentions. I am just like, honestly, my word last year was flow, and I think I'm just going with the flow even more this year. And yeah, I just haven't had time to really go back and sift through like all of that journaling. I didn't really finish my Susanna Conway workbook, and I don't know. I just think I just need time. There's not enough time. I think I just need time. So these are blank. And then we go into January. I did glue this is like the perpetual calendar, and then I glued December's. So this page is pretty thick, so I glued the December 2024 calendar together. Anyway, I am subscribed to the Cocoa Daisy kits, and for this year, I subscribed to their monthly, I think it's called like the calendar weeks sticker kit. Something like that. But anyway, it is just a sticker kit. It's 2 sheets of stickers that are the size of the weekly pages, and they're primarily for covering the monthly of a Hobonichi week style journal, which I think is perfect for me because I am using a 2025 journal for 2026, and I needed to redate all of the dates on the monthlies if I wanted to use them. So I thought, let me just subscribe to this kit, because then I can just use the stickers to cover up all the dates and make it current to 2026. And it has been working absolutely perfectly. I absolutely love this. I'm not always a fan of the Cocoa Daisy kits. Like, there's some months that I love the designs, and then there's some months that I'm just like, that's all right. And then some months that I really don't like the designs, but I don't mind the monthlies because it's just stickers, and I'm just having fun with covering up all the old dates. And then I'm pretty much using this sort of, my intention was, honestly, it was to do a photo a day, and I wanted to put a photo a day on it. But you know me, I'm so bad at doing like daily things. I think I've had my channel for over 10 years, and I'm pretty sure if you go back through all the videos that I have started a daily project at some point and then just never finished it. And that's just the thing. So when I said that I was going to do photo a day, yeah, right. I can't. I'm learning. It's taken a while, but I'm learning all these things about me. I just can't. I don't know. I'm incapable of doing something daily. And then when I do something daily, like if I miss a day or whatever, I'm just like, oh, well, that's it. Like, I don't know. I don't like that feeling of being behind. Something that I struggled with when I was doing scrapbooking and like memory keeping, but like chronologically, and having to catch up. Oh my God, it's such a drag. And I think that's what I'm kind of feeling with my little A6 journal. I'm so behind in that. My Stopo is filled with all of the bits and pieces from all the days that I need to document. And I am just like, I don't even want to, because I'm a good month behind probably. And yeah, I hate that feeling. I'm surprised I'm kept up with this so well because it is dated specifically. Like my other journals aren't dated. I just journal when I want to journal, and that is giving me a headache. But anyway, so I failed. I absolutely failed at the one photo a day. So what I ended up doing is, as the months went on, in pencil, I'll just write like what happened each day if something that I wanted to remember happened. And then at the end of the month, I just kind of went back in with the Cocoa Daisy sticker kit. The calendar week sticker kit comes with these beautiful box stickers that fit in the dates and all the things. It comes, well, I get the stationery kit as well, so I use some of the stationery kit embellishments as well, or stickers in this as well. And I just went in and I did print out some photographs for things that I wanted to get in here, and I printed those on sticker paper. I put them down first, and then I filled up the pages, or not the pages, but the little squares with some of these stickers, basically on the places. So this is a Japanese weeks. So let me see if I can find. So on the days that have holidays, it has like this little writing on it. I don't know if you can see, it's so faint on camera, but it has this little writing, and I wanted to cover those up. So a lot of these squared boxes, like there's one back here, right? I put the sticker over it. I'll just cover it up because I don't want to see that. And then I kind of fill the spaces in to kind of balance out. Like this is the weekend, and most of the things that I end up doing is during the weekend, or like the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. These 3 boxes are always filled with something because that's when I have time to do stuff. And so a lot of this ends up being empty, right? And so I've kind of filled in just to balance out the layout. And so this is sort of like a little scrap calendar, and it's sort of documenting the whole year. And again, I'm using the Cocoa Daisy kits. So this was January's kit. And then for February, we have this one, which was, I think, the Inklings kit. And so I use that. Again, I do get the stationery kit as well, which comes with stickers. So like this big brush came in my stationery kit. These came in my stationery kit. They don't actually come in the calendar week sticker kit. What comes in that kit are just like to cover up the calendar part, right? All these other little ones are from my stationery kit. And I did the same thing here. I would write like what happened each day, and the days that have like little writings, I kept them, and then everything else I just kind of embellished. Did add some photos. So I think these probably had writing there, but I had a photo to represent that. And so I put the photo in its place. And so that's how I've been keeping my monthly. And so that's February's. And then March is this. The March kit, when I first saw it, it was not my favorite. I forget what this kit's called. I'm so bad at the names of the kits, but because it was very green, and it was I don't like when Cocoa Daisy does the little, I guess they're illustrative kits. I know they work with an illustrator who does like the little kind of, I don't know, it's like Mr. Toad style art, that kind of things. I think a bunch of the kits were called the Willows or something like that. I still have those kits. I haven't used them because I don't like that illustrative style. I don't like the Cocoa Daisy illustrative style. This one was leaning towards that. March was definitely leaning towards that, but I loved the colors of it, and it was very childlike, but it was cute, and it was just like, it was very sweet, I guess. And I'm just like, okay, I can stomach this one. But generally, I like the ones that are more, I mean, this one wasn't it either, more, Inklings wasn't it either, but I like the ones that are more watercolory and more floral. Like, I think Cocoa Daisy, when they do the watercolor floral kits, those are absolutely gorgeous and they do it so well. And those are my favorite. But this kit I thought was really darling and I had a lot of fun doing my March, especially because I got to use one of the cat stickers. Oh my God, these were my favorite, were the little kitten. Oh, I loved them. And so I did it the same way. I have, I think, more writing in March than in the previous months. And I think it's because as the weather gets nicer, I'm gonna see myself doing more things and going out more, even though I have less pictures. It is what it is. And I think I have April. I have April's. April's kit is also not my favorite. This one's called the Bookish. I think it's Books. I think it's called Bookish or something like that. Again, it has these little, the illustrative ones, right? They kind of look like the little Simons, if you know Cocoa Daisy. And I don't know, I don't really like that. It's not my favorite. But for the monthlies, I can stomach it because it's just a little monthly. But yeah, I cannot wait for May's. I kind of went OD and subscribed to two additional kits. And honestly, they've released the previews of the June kit, and it's like a New York, it's like a city travel kit. I don't like the colors and I don't like the aesthetic, but I'm just like, I'm not sure if I want to relinquish my, I basically, so I originally subscribed to the Mini Daisy Dory, which is their passport TN insert. I use that in my planner and that, I love it. And the stationery kit. And then for this year, I decided to subscribe to their monthly week sticker kit, which is the sticker kit. And then for May, so last month, because you have to subscribe from the May's kits in March. Last month, I loved the May kit so much that I wanted to get some of the extra kits, but the Cocoa Daisy kits have been sold out like every single month. And so I put myself on a wait list for the creative kit and the journaling kit and the deluxe journaling kit, because those are the ones that I was considering adding to my subscription. And I was able to add a creative kit and a deluxe journaling kit to my sub. So I'm now subscribed to both the creative kit and the deluxe journaling kit, and I will start getting those in May for the May kit. But I don't really like the June kit and I don't need all the stuff, right? But I'm just like, oh, do I want to unsubscribe from the creative and deluxe journaling kit and then hope that I get back into it for a kit that I actually do like the colors and the stuff from? I don't know, or just get the two kits and just sell them. I don't know. This is my little thing with subscription kits, like, right? Like, if there's one month that you don't like, then what are you're gonna give that away, or you're gonna sell the pieces. And I do have some Cocoa Daisy kits where the stationery kit, I don't like it. I might like pieces of it and take those pieces out, but the bulk of the kit is just sitting in a Cocoa Daisy box, not being used. And I think at some point I'm probably gonna destash the Cocoa Daisy kits stuff that I haven't used, but yeah, I don't know. I'll probably keep those kits and probably sell them off. But yeah, no, I can't wait for May. May is wonderful. So I have the rest of the months here. And of course, as I get my kits, I will decorate it. But this is pretty much how it looks. It looks like this when I put the kit. So this is all the calendar week sticker kit. All of these stickers come in that kit, and a few other ones, like the ones that fit in the individual boxes. But this is what I've put for now. I put April Fools there because the first is April Fools, and I will document, as my month goes on. So that's the monthlies. And then this notebook, if you know about the weeks, start the ending of November, usually the last week of November, which happens to be Thanksgiving here. And so 2025's Thanksgiving I have here, and I did use Cocoa Daisy kits. I used the Little Bee Cottage. I think that was the kit. I don't know what year that came out in. did use stickers from that kit here. And again, daily gratitude, and then this is usually just things that bring me joy. Sometimes I make lists, sometimes I put photographs and then do a little journaling, and it's eventually, as I got my flow, I got my flow into this journal, this has become pretty much a scrapbook of sorts. Gratitude and the scrapbook. And I've basically been using up my stickers. So a lot of these spreads are created with the Cocoa Daisy sticker kits, and I buy a lot from Hello Petite paper. It's one of my favorite sticker brands, and she does these beautiful like corner sticker. I love them. I love them so much. So this one's Hello Petite paper, and these are from Cocoa Daisy, and like random things. I think I got this sticker pack when I was in Japan. I went to go see Ben Barnes here in concert, so have some pictures there. And sometimes there's no journaling here. There's just pictures, and then I will do like these really big titles. This is with my Cocoa Daisy kits. This is a week where I didn't have anything here, so I read this quote. On Instagram, I have this folder called Note to Self, and usually when I come across posts that are like poetry or like written posts that, I want to keep reminding myself of, I'll just drag them into that Note to Self. And usually I print out those posts to put into my Soulscape journal, which is what I use the A6 Hobonichi for. But sometimes I'll just transcribe a quote, especially when I don't have anything here on this side. I will just transcribe a quote of something that I came across that week that was inspiring and that I really liked. This was Christmas, and I used a Cocoa Daisy kit or a Cocoa Daisy sticker sheet that they sent me as a freebie for one of my orders. It happened just to be a Christmas sticker sheet, and I don't really celebrate Christmas, it was perfect to document this because I did go and spend Christmas with my boyfriend. And they do Christmas. I don't do Christmas. They do. And it was nice to have stickers, I guess, to document that. And then this is the new year. This is 2026. I did print out some photographs. I used my Canon Ivy. I haven't used that printer in a while to print these out. And they're kind of like, the colors are a little off because, those zinc printers, they don't do the most accurate colors. But I used a Hello Petite paper kit here. And then some of this stuff is either paper, like this is paper, dictionary paper, and this is washi tape. This is actually one of Nazi's Amity Bloom washi. And all of these, so I have to redate these. So what I do is I white out the actual dates, and I've been using these weekly stickers that I get in my stationery kits, Cocoa Daisy stationery kits, and I've been using those. And then I have these stickers. It's from an old Maggie Holmes planner collection, and I have enough of them for a year, and so I've been using that to number my pages. If I end up doing this for next year, I'm gonna have to get number stickers, but for this year I've just been using the Maggie Holmes ones, and they're clear, and so I just kind of redate everything pretty much. This is another, I used a combination of stickers from Cocoa Daisy, from Hello Petite paper. This is crepe paper. And this was one where I didn't really have much here. And so I kind of made a list of things that I love, and I didn't even finish it. I used my Cocoa Daisy kits. This was the Penelope. I think it was the Penelope kit from last year. And some paper in the background, and just a lot of layering of stickers pretty much is what's happening here. And this is when I got into, oh my God, I'm into blind boxes now. I've never been the person to do blind boxes, but I'm into blind boxes now, or like little boxes. But at Five Below, they have these little Britney Spears mini Funko Pop boxes, and the only one that I like from the collection is the You Drive Me Crazy one, and I was able to find it in the back of a shelf at Five Below, and it was the only one there, and someone had kind of opened it, and I was like, no, I'm getting it because it's the cutest one. And so I kind of took the packaging and took the back off, so it's just this kind of thinned out the cardboard, and just glued that on here to represent that, because Oh my God. I love that. I love that I was able to find the one that I wanted. It's always nice when you find the one that you want. More Hello Petite paper stickers on this one. We had a snow day. This wasn't our blizzard. This was the storm before the blizzard. And I have this photograph. That. This is an example of a blind box. These are Miniso Sanrio blind boxes, and I absolutely love this one. It's like the spring fling one. I don't even know, but I love every single figure in it. And this was the first box that I got, and I ended up getting the Wish Me Mel. So I used some of my Wish Me Mel stickers that I got at Daiso to document that, but I absolutely love this. I got another one of these, and you'll see I used the little Hello Kitty bit from the box, you know, and I fussy cut it all out and I just glued them all in. This is another Hello Petite paper collection, same as this one. It's another Hello Petite paper collection. I think on this side, I don't know, I fell down a rabbit hole. I was looking for something else and I fell down a rabbit hole, and I found all of this short stories and like short stories and chapter stories that I used to write in college. I was a creative writing major, and there was one in particular that I was writing called Forgetting Charlie, and I literally read the whole thing. Like I think I have like 5 or 6 chapters, and I was reading it through and I was like, oh my God, I love this. Why didn't I finish this? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I have like notes for this story. I should just finish it. But I think a few of the chapters are on Wattpad, and I was just like, oh, it still exists on Wattpad. So if you're interested in like my college stories, it's very YA. It's very contemporary YA. If you like Sarah Dessen or John Green, it's kind of like that. It's kind of that type of YA. It's very cute, and I was just like, oh, I should have finished it. It's on Wattpad. Just look up Forgetting Charlie. I'm pretty sure you'll find me. But I wrote about that because I hadn't read that in such a long time, and it was nice to reread my writing. This was Valentine's Day week, and I used a Hello Petite paper sticker kit. And again, I just put a quote here because I didn't have much that happened. Washi tape is from Amity Bloom as well. This one I used stickers from Prima Marketing. This was from their In Full Bloom collection, and these were like the pet sticker tape, stickers, but it came in like a roll. And I used some of those to decorate this one. So this was the week that U2 dropped a surprise EP called Days of Ash. If you didn't know, U2 is my favorite band. I love U2. Do y'all remember that year? I think it was 2014. When U2 dropped their new album and they made it free for like every iTunes user, and it like automatically downloaded onto every person's iTunes library, and like everybody was pissed off about it. Yeah, I was the only one who was not pissed off about it because I was just like, cool, I don't have to buy this album because I got it for free. And I remember I was in Greece when it dropped into everybody's iTunes, and I was so freaking happy because I had new music to listen to on my trip. I was so happy. I love U2. U2, they're my favorite band. Anyway, they came out with this EP, and it's like 6 tracks, but it's 5 songs and then like a poem interlude. And yeah, no, I've been listening to it on repeat since it drops. No one was expecting it. No one was expecting it, and they just dropped it on conveniently Ash Wednesday, and it is a very politically driven EP. And I remember this happened when, like, February. Yeah, no, social media, because social media is social media. How to say about it, because people are so opinionated now when it comes to politics. It's amazing. And yeah, no, loved it. I'm still listening to it on repeat. It is, I admittedly try to keep myself in a bubble. I don't watch the news. I don't have any news apps. I don't have all the things because I think COVID and that whole, 2.5 years of quarantine and all that stuff and all the media and all like the fear mongering really got to me to a point where I needed to just check out. Like, I don't need to know what happens in the world, because I think we were just so, we're like, I sometimes think about this, and I think about the new generation of kids who are growing up and who have grown up in this hyper aware, hyper like parasocial environment that we are in, because social media is everywhere, and so the news is everywhere, and like stuff that we wouldn't normally see on a daily basis is like in our face constantly. And like I was not born at this time, but I can only imagine it is akin to the people seeing the tragedies at Vietnam on TV for the first time, since that was the first war to be televised. It's kind of like that, except kind of worse, because that was just the television, right? That you can see these visuals. Now it's just somebody somewhere filming it on their phones and posting it on Twitter and TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and literally all of the social media sites, Facebook, and you're just constantly seeing people, getting extinct, really. Like, you're constantly seeing that, and it's like in your own backyard, but it's like in your face 24/7. And so me, to preserve my sanity, I check out, I kind of check out. I know what's happening in the world. Like, I'm not completely oblivious to the politics, because that's what it all is now, that's happening in the world, because everything is political now, which is wild, because most of the stuff that's happening currently is not a political issue, it is a moral issue. But I think we as human beings forgot our own humanity. Somewhere along the lines, we forgot collectively that none of this is politics. It's not politics anymore. It's literally, where do your morals stand? And yeah, so I've kind of disconnected. I don't have any news apps on my phone. I don't have cable television, so I stream everything. And usually I use my TV to watch Netflix, Disney Plus, and YouTube. So like there's that. I don't seek out the news at all. And the only social media apps that I have on my phone that I use is Instagram. I don't use any of the other ones. I do have accounts, but I just don't go on them. And I don't go on them on my computer either. So usually I get my news mostly from Instagram, because I do follow a whole slew of people who post about what's happening. And so I do get a lot of it from Instagram. And then, just talking to people in my life, right? This album kind of went in depth. I knew, listening to the 5 songs, that I'm the type of person, let me just backtrack. I'm the type of person, when they listen to music, I listen to the lyrics first. My boyfriend and I, we've had this debate almost. He listens to music very differently. I don't necessarily hear the music. I'm very hyper focused on the words. Like, what is this song telling me? What's the story here behind the song? And I think it's because I'm a writer first, that it's just words, that I'm just so aware of the words. And the first song on this EP is literally about Renee Good. And it's like, okay, I know exactly what this song's about. I know exactly U2's stance on it. Like, this is not a surprise to me. And so I knew going in with that being the first song that the second song was going to be about something, and the second song is about the Statue of David, but it is a metaphor for what has been happening in the Middle East. And so there's that. And then the third song is my absolute favorite, which is Songs of the Future. And again, listening to the words, what I do is I read the words while I'm listening to the song for the first time. And I love how Apple Music, and I think Spotify does it too, they have the lyrics now. At the end of each song, there's like an obituary of something. There's the name, and then the date of birth and the date of death. Again, the first song was Renee Good, so it had her obituary at the end. The second one, I forget, the second one was about the Statue of David, and I think it had that. It had something there. The third one is about a young woman a young Iranian child, really. She was 16 when she was killed by the government, pretty much. And it had her dates there. And I did not know who she was. The song after that was a poem. And then the two after that, one of them was about a Palestinian man who I also didn't know. And then the last one was about a Ukrainian man who, thankfully, is still alive. And I was like, this is my like wing 5, because I'm a 4-wing 5. This is my 5, wanting to know, like, okay, who are all these people? And of course, it's went on, took a deep dive and learned all these people. Not oblivious to what is happening in Ukraine and what's happening in Iran. Definitely not what's happening in our own country and what's happening in Palestine. But I didn't know who these people were. And I learned their stories. And knowing all of that made this EP that much more poignant. And like, I was emotionally distraught. This is why I don't watch the news. I was seriously emotionally distraught. I was so upset. I was just so upset. So upset. I think I posted like a long rant on my Instagram stories. I don't think anybody reacted to it. I don't think anybody reads the things that we write on social media anymore. They just want visuals and videos. But I did post a long thing because I was so upset, and I don't understand. I really don't understand why we as a society has made everything political when it's not. There's a distinct right and wrong, and a lot of what's happening is just wrong. It's just wrong. I don't care what side you're on, because let's be real, I'm American. And we have a two-party system, and the two-party system should practically be abolished, because one side is wrong and the other side is wrong. So it's like, okay, both sides are right in some cases, and both sides are wrong, but neither one of them acknowledge that each other is wrong in some ways or right in other ways. And this has just been going on. And then, the current state of the United States government is run by a bunch of kindergartners who don't really care about their people. They only care about themselves and how they can profit from whatever atrocities that they do around the world. Because let's be real, the United States has always been a superpower that gets into everybody else's business and never acknowledges what's happening in their own country. This is probably as political as I'm going to get on a video ever. Just prefacing this. And you don't have to agree with me. Really, I don't really care if you agree with me or not. It's just, I was so upset. I was so upset that I was just like, how can I express what I'm feeling right now? Just like, to make it make sense to both sides, though, to like both sides, because both sides need to hear it. Right? Because it's like everyone likes to choose a side and like pick a side and be for that side, when it's just like that side could be wrong. It just could be wrong. And that is where the politics comes in, because it's like we need to be political. We need to pick a side. And it's like, no, the side that you should pick is the side of morality, of what's morally right, and not whatever party says. And I think we forgot that. I honestly think we forgot that as a human race. And again, this is from my perspective. I live in the United States, so I don't see the outside, right? I need to go on a trip and see the outside perspective. I love doing that. I love just leaving my country for a hot minute and then seeing the outside. And I'm pretty sure the people on the outside think what's happening in my country is just, it's like, the word that comes into my head is a mess, but it's like, it's even more of a mess. It's even more of a mess. And that's just here. That's just here in the United States. I didn't even touch on what's happening in Palestine and Israel, which I think is another moral thing. It's not political. I don't understand why we make it political. That's a moral conflict. that is happening over there. And what is wrong is that it's a genocide. And I don't understand why we make that political. It's a genocide. It's what it is. I understand what's happening in Ukraine. That might be a little bit more political, but still, like, I don't understand to what extent. To what extent, yes, you want this land, but to what extent if you're just decimating it? I don't get it. I will never understand. I will never understand. I really wouldn't. I don't. I don't. Like, what's the point? What's the point of all the destruction? The amount of lives have been upturned by all of these things. I don't get it. I will never understand. And then Iran. So this song isn't about what's currently happening in Iran. Let's be real. The kindergartner that's in charge of my country started an unnecessary war with Israel, apparently. Completely unnecessary. That is causing side effects across the entire world, which is, something that I don't think people understand. It's a domino effect. Yes, this is just isolated between those countries, but it's affecting every single country around the world. And I honestly, I don't know how government operates. Anyway, I can fall down into a rant, but I don't understand. But that Song of the Future, about this young girl, Serena, that whole thing was about women's rights in Iran and how their government has been suppressing it for years, and like killing women who kind of speak out about it, who protest, because it's really interesting. I read something that young woman said, I think on her YouTube channel. She said something along the lines of, this has happened before in Iran, right? The whole, it was Jimmy Carter, he was president, and the whole, what was it? Just the embassy in Tehran. I guess the government was overthrown. Anyway, and then that's when what's that law that the women have to cover up and all the things that was instituted again. I apologize. My history is like, I've been so far removed from all of this, but that, right? But she made mention of that, Serena, and she said, unlike those who came before me, my generation knows better. Why? Because they're socially connected with the outside. They have social media. They can see how women live outside of their country. And that's what makes them fight for their right to be free. And anyway, she was killed. She was killed at a protest. And oh my God, the government tried to cover it up, said it was a suicide. It was a whole thing. And this song is about that. And oh my God, it's such a beautiful song. It's my favorite song from this album. And the message of it and who it's dedicated, who's about and who's dedicated to. I just love that song. It's so pretty. The song afterwards, which is about what's happening in Palestine, has some beautiful lyrics in it. Oh my goodness. Just, if you haven't listened to this EP, I know I just went on a huge rant about what's happening in the world right now, but if you haven't listened to this, I mean, if you're not a YouTube fan, don't listen to it, like whatever. But if you're open-minded and like kind of punk rock, really, because they kind of went back to what their roots pretty much. A lot of this reminded me of Joshua Tree. Recommend it. And then, the songs are all about all these things. And the last song is about hope. And the last song is dedicated to this man in Ukraine. He's a musician, but he's also a soldier. And he's actually on the track. He's featured on the track along with Ed Sheeran. And it's such a beautiful song of hope. And it's I just love how YouTube does that. It's like the amount of and spaces that I navigated while listening to this EP, and it's only 5 songs. It's just that, because there's still the beauty and the hope sitting next to the grief and the uncertainty. And it's very beautiful. And that was pretty much my week. It dropped on a Wednesday, and so it was the rest of my week, and I had to write about it, and I continued listening to it. Like, I'm still listening to it now, and yeah, so I went on a little rant about that, but sorry, not sorry. I just needed to say these things. But yeah, it's a beautiful EP, and I don't know why people were upset about it. it's like, I was reading comments online of people were just like, oh, I'm never going to buy a U2 album again, blah, blah, blah. They used to be my favorite band, but now they're getting so political. And I'm just like, where have you been? Where have you been? Like, they've been creating political music since like forever. Like, I don't understand. Do you not understand what the album War was about? Like, it's just little things. This is why reading the lyrics and understanding what you're listening to is so important, because then you don't want to be like those people who are just like, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, this is the following week. This is when we had our blizzard. And so I put a picture of the snow. It was a lot of snow, especially for New York City, especially for where I live. It was like 20, I think I got like 22 inches, 24 inches, which is like 2 feet of snow. It's crazy. I use a Cocoa Daisy kit, and I use that kit that I was talking about, the one that's like a little illustrative, but like a little childish, and it's whimsical. It's very whimsical, and I think it's so adorable. I paired it with some paper, and oh my God, look at the little bear. This one was really cute. I really liked this. And some of Nazi's washi tape. I think this one came out really cute. I love that. So I talked about the blizzard because that's what was happening that week. Okay, this week I used a Hello Petite paper kit, and then this is where I documented more blind boxes. So this is I got Hello Kitty in that, it's called the Spring Flower series, Sanrio. You can find it at Miniso, but I think you can find it other places. I don't think it's a Miniso brand one. And so I got Hello Kitty, so I put her here. But I also ended up buying forgive me, I always struggle with his name. Pochaco. The little doggy. This was the Pochaco Party blind box, and these are the 4 that you can get. And I believe I got this one. I got that one, but I love all 4 of them. I think they're darling. They're so cute. I'm into blind boxes. Well, I'm into more things, but we will continue in my journal so you can see what I'm into. But this has been bringing me so much joy. You have no idea. I am so happy about my blind boxes. And yeah. Okay, I used the Cocoa Daisy kits. This was the February Cocoa Daisy kit. This was that Inklings one, and it was about art supplies and journaling supplies, and look at the traveler's notebooks with the watercolor, and I paired it up with an older Cocoa Daisy kit. I think this was oh my God. Oh, I don't know what kit this was. It was an old kit, like a couple of years back, and I had all these paint splotches and stuff. And I paired it up with that because the colors matched really well. This washi tape is from Amity Bloom, and then it's that same paper that I've been using. And I just look at all the pens. I love these. These are vellum stickers. So my stationery kit comes with vellum stickers as well as PET stickers. So I think these are just vellum. Yeah, no, so stinking cute. And I documented this day about a rabbit hole that I fell down. I fell down a Barbie rabbit hole. I don't even know. I think I got an Instagram photo on my feed, and I clicked it, and it was like this woman's feed where she just takes pictures of Barbies, like her Barbies. And then I went on YouTube and I started watching Barbie videos, and there's so many Barbie collectors, like doll collectors who do Barbie videos, and they style the dolls and then they put them in these little vignettes. And there was one girl that I watched that she has like a whole like stop animation series that she does with the dolls. But what I like from her is that she will take a doll and she would like customize it. She would kind of like rip out all the hair and like pluck out all the hair and put new hair in, and then redo the makeup. I love those types of videos, and like style the clothes. And like there's so many women and men who like take dolls and they'll style the clothes. Like they'll get like handmade clothes. I found out that Barbie handmade clothes, like there are a bunch of people who make handmade clothes for dolls. They're so much better quality than like the Barbie clothes. And so most of these creators, they buy a lot of handmade clothes and they put together these outfits on their dolls, and they'll style their hair and like do all these things, and then they'll pose them, and they'll take pose scenic photographs. And there's a bunch of Instagram feeds that do that, and I just fell down. I fell down a really, really deep rabbit hole. This is not another hobby that I need to pick up because I have plenty of those. But I literally I spent a whole Sunday just falling down a rabbit hole. And yeah, I wrote about that because that was bringing me so much joy this week. Was just so when I was a kid, I grew up in the 90s. I'm an 80s baby who grew up in the 90s. I remember at one point I had over 100 Barbie dolls. Barbie was my thing. I loved, my favorite part of playing with my dolls was setting up the Barbie dream house and setting up the girls in their little outfits and in their little scenes, and then just leaving it there for weeks and like not actually playing with my dolls. I just loved the setup of it. So the fact that people do this and like take pictures of their setup, oh my God, that just spoke to little Tiff like nothing else did. And I just ran with it. And like I found this website that is like a Barbie Wikipedia that you can search the dolls by year, and you can see all the dolls that came out that year. And so I took a deep dive in the 90s because that is my favorite Barbie face. I like the faces of the Barbie dolls from the 90s. They're my favorite faces. And I think they're my favorite faces because they were the dolls that I grew up with, which is very interesting. But they're so pretty. And I discovered all these dolls that I never knew existed. That I'm like, oh my God, I want that. Like, I want that now as an adult. And so I started buying dolls. And my first doll I got this week, and it was the Rose Barbie, which is this lovely girl here. I took the picture. This is the stock photo that I found online of her. This is how she was advertised, and I bought her, and I have her. And I feel like going to get her just to show you because I'm obsessed. Here she is. I'm absolutely obsessed with her. She's the Rose Barbie. She's part of a garden, like a garden of flowers collection, and she's the first one of a series. And then I found out that they only came out with her. They came out with her and they discontinued the series, which is a travesty because imagine a bunch of Barbie dolls based on flowers named after those flowers. This is the Rose Barbie. She's based on the rose and her name is Rose. Imagine a Daisy doll that was inspired by daisies, named Daisy. Lily, Petunia, Violet. Like, how perfect would have that been? It would have been amazing. And then with the beautiful faces, I believe, honestly, I want to say that this sculpt is what they call a Mackie face, which is a terminology that I learned, but that I might be misusing. But I absolutely love the dolls that have these faces. Anyway, I got her. She's really cute. And I'm going to do like this whole little garden scene. I'm going to get a shelf for my room that I recently painted, and I'm going to do this whole little garden scene. I'm going to get dolls and put them up. Anyway, so I got her, and then I recently went to my mom's house and pulled down a big tub that I had in my teenage bedroom closet that had all the Barbie dolls that I kept, and I brought some of them home. And I feel like showing you that too. So this is going to be a show and tell. We're going to just digress a little bit from my journal, and I'm going to show you about my dolls. By all means, please, if this is not something that you're into, skip. Like, fast forward. Put me on 2x speed. Like, no shame. No shame. Like, please, if you need to, just watch me in double time all the time. I do go on rants. I recently got her. She's brand new. I bought her. So I've been getting my dolls on either eBay or Mercari, mostly Mercari because I get better deals for them. This is the Sweet Moments doll from 1996. And I got her because she fits my garden theme, and she comes with this little dog that reminds me of Joey. And she is super cute. She has that beautiful, cute 90s face, and I absolutely love her. She's adorable. The Rose doll is from, I believe, 1999 or 1998. 1999. Anyway, so those are the dolls that I bought. which is not a whole lot. And then these are the dolls that I brought home with me. And I actually bought clothes on eBay so I can dress some of them up. This one is the, I think she's the 2000 Sydney Olympics doll. And I've had her since I was a child. I took her out of the Sydney Olympics outfit because that is not my aesthetic. And I put her in this cute little outfit that I bought on eBay. And she also has a very beautiful face. Love her a lot. I don't know what type of doll this is, but she is probably from the 90s. I had her in a different dress. I had her actually in a handmade dress that I remember getting when I was like 8 at a craft fair. When I went to a craft fair with my mom and my parents' friends, and there was this woman, I believe she was a Latino woman, and she was selling these doll dresses. They looked like quinceañera dresses. And I remember I bought 2. Well, I had my mom buy me 2. And it was just the dresses. And so I put them on like random dolls when I got home. And she was one of them. She was wearing the white dress. And I just kind of took her out of that dress and put her in this cute little garden dress that I got for her. And she's wearing these little shoes. And she's very cute. And this was the other girl that was wearing the other quinceañera dress. And I took her out and put her in this outfit that I bought. This outfit is actually from a doll. It's from like a baby stroller Barbie doll, but I just bought the outfit from eBay because I just really like the outfit. Very aesthetic and to me, to my aesthetic. And then I have this doll. I think this is the Hollywood. Oh God, I think this is like the Hollywood Nights doll, but I didn't get that doll. This doll, when I was a kid, I used to go to a medieval festival that they used to have here in Fort Tryon Park in Washington Heights with my dad all the time. And for 4 years straight, my dad would get me a Barbie doll. There was this woman who used to sell medieval Barbies. So she would create these medieval clothing, and she'll use her daughter's Barbie dolls. Her daughter was like in college. Use her daughter's Barbies and make these like medieval outfits. And she was one of the dolls that I ended up getting with a medieval outfit. This case here has all the original clothing in, but I ended up buying some clothes from both eBay and Temu, surprisingly. And this was one, I think these are from 2 different sets, but I just put them together and I put her in this outfit. I really need to fix her hair. There's so many things that the beautiful, lovely doll people on YouTube showed me. I think I have to boil her hair or do a boil rinse to kind of straighten her hair. But this is her. I think I might take her out of these earrings, but yeah, that's her. I have to clean her face too. But that is her. It's another doll from my childhood. This is a Courtney doll that I've had since like forever. And I put her in this outfit, which was a Temu outfit. And I don't really like it a whole lot because Temu, let's be real, is not very good quality. I don't know why I even bothered to purchase from there. But she's in this little outfit. And I think I need to fix her hair and get her a new outfit because this is not it. But she was my favorite doll as a kid, and so I've kept her since. She has actually lived in my apartment since I moved in because I had to bring her with me. She is my favorite doll. And then the last doll I actually kept in her original outfit, and I just pulled down her little hair thing. This is the Summer in Rome doll that I've had since it came out in 98, I want to say. And she is very chic and very stylish. And I just kept her in her outfit because it's perfect. It kind of doesn't match all the other girls. The other girls are very pink and very gardeny. She isn't, but I really like her. If I find an outfit, you know, I might change her out. And then I have this whole tub full of clothes now because I've taken them all out of their original clothes and put these new clothes on. But I am absolutely obsessed. And again, my favorite thing in the entire world to do was dress up my dolls, fix their hair, and put them in little scenes. And so I'm planning to do that, and I'm planning to put them in a little scene of some sort. But these are my new girls. This one, she's so freaking cute. She's adorable. And this one. And I do have another doll on the way. It is the Peter Rabbit. I think it's the 1989 Peter Rabbit doll. There are 2 different Peter Rabbit dolls. There's one, I think, in 98 and one in 99. I got the 99 one because the seller on Mercari sent me a deal, and I'm like, this is probably the cheapest I'm ever going to get this doll. And so it's the one with the blue, like kind of the blue top. But I do want the other one as well because they're darling. Anyway, I went down another rabbit hole. This is going to be a very long video. I do apologize that it's going to be so long. I really just came on here to show you my Hobonichi, but I fell down a rabbit hole. Rose doll, Barbie. I had to document that. You can see that they're bringing me absolute joy. I absolutely love my dolls. I'm just going to move this box out of the way so that I don't knock it down. But my dolls, they have been my absolute favorite. I'm just going to put these two on screen here because I'm having so much fun with them. That's what I journaled about there. And then this is the last really full week of March. And I think what I talked about here was making handmade paper. So my boyfriend and I, we've been talking about all these things that we want to do. We want to do more pressed flowers. We want to make handmade paper. We want to do all these things. And so I fell down another rabbit hole, and I bought all the equipment we needed to make handmade paper, and it's been sitting in a box in my apartment for like weeks. Anyway, this week we decided to do it one weekend, and we went out to Target, bought a blender so that we can do the thing, and we made some handmade paper. Now this is our first run, and it's not the greatest. We made some little tags, and we put like little seeds in them. This one has some like goldish pigment in them too, but it's not really gold. I don't know. Again, this is our first go at this, so I'm planning to do it better, but we made those tags, and then we made these heart papers. And so I have a bunch of heart papers, and then we made these papers, which are, I think they're 5 by 7. 5 by 7, and they have the seeds. I don't think I want to do it again with the seeds because, like, if you notice, they're kind of falling off the paper. I don't know. I think I want to just try it just like without it. And we also ended up making some natural dyes. So we boiled some avocado skins and avocado pits, and we also boiled, I had some blueberries that were going bad, and so we also boiled some of those to make a beautiful, beautiful like indigo dye. And then he basically took charge with that. He did some things. He strained it, he mixed it with alcohol, he kind of separated all things, and we're going to try again. We're going to try again, and we're going to try with the natural dyes and see if we can get some really pretty paper. But yeah, I wanted to document that because that was something that we did that was really, really fun. And I'm hoping to like get a better hang of it and, you know, start making my own papers. I think whatever the paper that we used, the shred that we used, probably wasn't the best, or we had to shred it even more, like blend it even more, or put these in a press while they're drying so that they are a bit more flat, because right now they're not. I did have them stacked under a bunch of books, but like I think we just need, this is the first time, we just need to do it again and keep doing it, and we'll perfect it at some point. So I had to document that here, and these are all the little seeds. I had to document that here because, yeah, that was a fun thing that we did. And I used a Hello Petite paper kit for this as well. And so this is our current week. So this is the last 2 days of March and the beginning of April. And as I'm recording this, it is the 2nd. So I've already done my thing. It's like nighttime. It's like 11 o'clock p.m. here while I'm filming this. And this is, again, that same Cocoa Daisy kit as this one. It's the same kit. It's just different colorways, right? I used a different Amity Bloom washi tape, and then I took out more of the colorful pieces. And that kit came with these cute little houses, and so I was just like, I'm gonna use the houses as my thing. So I have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday left to do my gratitude, and then to journal something about here. I don't actually know what I'm going to journal here, but we'll see. We'll see how the weekend goes, and I will do my journaling there. And then the first full week of April, I've already decorated. And so this is what I do first. I white out the line here. And so this one, So the previous ones, I was using a cream correction tape, and I ran out of it. And so I have the cream just blends better with the cream paper of the Hobonichi. This one has some of the white on it too, which honestly it's not so bad once I have like all my writing in it, but the cream is definitely better. The cream is so much better. I think I just need to go and get another cream. It was the MD paper correction tape. It's cream, since most of the MD paper notebooks are cream. It matches that same cream, which is pretty much the same color as the Hobonichi Weeks. Because the Hobonichis are all white paper, the Weeks come in cream. And so basically that's what I do. I use correction tape and I white out the dates, and then I use my Cocoa Daisy Week stickers. I just find one that matches sort of like the colors of the stickers that I'm going to use, and I just put them there. But usually what I do first is put down washi tape or paper. I used another tape from Amity Bloom, and I just rip it so it has that ripped feel. And then I'm using this gorgeous kit that I got from Hello Petite Paper, and I usually do all of that first and then put down the weeks, the weekly stickers, and then the day stickers. And yeah, can't wait to fill this one up because it's so cute. It's very spring and it's really cute. And I try to be like a week ahead. So maybe this Sunday, if I have time, I'll just decorate the following. This will be next week, and I'll just decorate the following. And then that's how I do. I try to keep a week ahead, so that way when the week comes, I have it all decorated and I can just go in and just write. Sometimes I do fall behind and I have to catch up. And so I'll do like my gratitude in my planner. And then once I've decorated the page, I'll just copy it over into here, because I like keeping up with that. At least if I can keep up with that. This part is all fun. Like this part is usually what's bringing me joy, or some sort of memory keeping thing that I want to gush about, right? But this part, this is the part that I like to do every single day. And it's been sustainable because it's only like a couple of sentences every single day. There's not a whole lot of space here. And so, yeah, that is a very long peek at the first quarter in my Hobonichi weeks. And again, apologize for all the rants, but hopefully you like to hear me speak, because I talk a lot and just I have a lot of things to say and show apparently. But I hope you like the peek at my dolls. Like, it's very interesting how each person self-soothes. Like I'm definitely a little stressed. I'm definitely a little like, oh my God, I don't know what my future is going to look like. The fact that you know me, the fact that I don't have a word or an intention or any of that for this year is like wild. I really just haven't had the time to just think about it and like sit down. And then when I do have the time, it's just like I'm tired. I don't want to do that. I just want to watch YouTube videos and like take a nap on my couch. Like usually, yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, I just think I'm really tired. I'm kind of burnt out from just work. And I think falling down all of these little rabbit holes and like collecting toys and playing with my dolls that I've had since I was a kid, and like buying a few new ones, and just all the things that I've been getting into, like making paper and all the stuff that I've just been getting into. I think it's just a way for me to cope. Just to cope with what's happening in life, because it's a mess. Not my own personal life. I just mean like the world I live in. It's just falling apart, and just also I'm just kind of burnt out from work in general and just need an escape from that. And my work is very computer based. I'm sitting in front of a computer for 8 hours straight. I work from home, but that doesn't mean I have breaks. I'm always in meetings, and there's just more meetings and more meetings and more meetings because we're doing these big projects. And like, once I'm done with work, I turn off the laptop and I will watch YouTube videos, but I'll watch YouTube videos when I dress my dolls, or I'll watch all my favorite journalers and I have them in the background and I decorate all these pages. But I really, really want to make time for doing more of the creative stuff and, all these things. I want to build out a little garden scene for my dolls. Like I want to do that and like all these things. But yeah, no, it's been very interesting to me, at least, how I've been coping with the state of the world and with how I've been feeling and my burnt outness and all the things. And it's regressing. It's doing a whole lot of shopping, which I really need to curb. But like, I have all these new toys. Like, it's amazing. I love being an adult with money, because then I can buy all the toys that, didn't have when I was a kid. Even though I did have a lot of Barbie dolls. Let's be real. My parents did spoil me. My dad and my he was my great uncle. My great uncle. I remember he used to buy me a lot of doll stuff when I was a kid. But I did have a lot of dolls. But yeah, I like being an adult with my own money. And I think it's just a sign of I'm just playing with this doggy. It's the sign of the times. And it's, I think if we go down the generational talk, there's a reason why millennials are the way they are. And I think it's fine. I think it's fine to have youthful hobbies. And it's fine, like, not even millennials, let's be real. A lot of people who journal and scrapbook are Gen X, and boomers too. And it's fine to have these, I don't know if crafting is a childish hobby, but in some people's eyes it is, playing with stickers. And I don't think so. I think it is a way to self-soothe. It's a way to nurture that inner child and to really listen to them and to embrace them and to play with them. And, Japan, they have a whole thing. This is part of their culture, right? The toys, the video games, the arcades, the action figures, the anime, like all of it. It's childish, right? But it's grown people who are indulging in all these things. If you've never been to Tokyo Disneyland, and if you've never seen a grown-ass man, sorry for my language, run for a ride or a fast pass, like, that brought me so much joy when I saw that, because it's like, yes, these are my people. Japan. Wonderful. But he was probably doing it for his family, but still, you just have to see the excitement and how he just kind of went once we were in the parks, and he just kind of went. It was great. And they dress up, and I don't think any of it's childish. I think it is a way. I think a lot of adults forget that we were children once, and that it is okay to play. That it's okay to play. It's okay to play. We need to play. A lot of us have very sad, wounded inner children, and we need to pay attention to them, and we need to indulge, and we need to do things that spark joy within them, and us too, because they're part of us. They're part of us. Just do it. Craft the thing. Buy the doll. Buy the little blind box. It's just fun. It's just fun. But be mindful. Also be mindful, because, we are in a late stage capitalist society, and that's a whole other bag of worms that I am not going to go into right now, because this video is very long. Anyway, friends, thank you so much for indulging in my little rants, and I really hope you enjoyed the peek at how I've been keeping my Hobonichi and what it's looking like now, and a peek at all my beautiful little girls that I have here. I think I'm going to start showing more of that. Like, it's I don't forget who I had this conversation with, but like, the internet is a cesspool. I know me and my boyfriend, we talk about the internet a lot, like how we like the old internet, like the internet from the beginning, the internet that we grew up on, right? Where everything was new and fresh, and there was so many new ideas, and now it's just it's inflated with all this other stuff. And like, I think social media, it kind of ruined it a little bit. And just, I know personally that I've been no one sees my posts, which is why I don't really post often. And I'm not even sure if anybody sees my YouTube videos anymore either, because, these big companies, they change the algorithm because it's for their profit. So I'm glad, I'm very appreciative of those of you who do continue to watch my videos. And indulge in this hobby of mine and all the hobbies of mine. And yeah, I think instead of trying to placate the algorithms, whatever they are, because I don't know anymore, I'm just going to start just showing the stuff that I'm into. And right now, I'm very into my Hobonichi weeks. I'm very into my Barbie dolls. And I think I got to do more of that. Share more of that stuff. And talk a bunch, because I'm very chatty. And I don't really care that I'm very chatty, because the right people will like to listen to me speak. Anyway, thank you so much, friends. I'm gonna end this video now because I can go on. Really hope you enjoyed all the things. And I will see you all in the next video, I guess. Bye now.